Okay, let's do the next example. Example 3 is potassium plus iodine. Okay, so I look at potassium. How many valence electrons does potassium have? Good, it's got 1. Iodine, how many valence electrons does it have?
7.
Oh, you luckies. This one's so easy. These are the easy ones to do. Potassium's just going to give it 1 electron. Potassium becomes +1. Metals always become cations. Non-metals always become anions. So you can always check your work. And then it's going to form, because opposites attract, that electrostatic force, potassium iodide. And you don't know how to name these yet, but I can give you a little preview. You always write the metal first. Always do the cation first. Say the whole name, potassium. The second element gets "ide" at the end of it. Potassium iodide. You don't have to know that yet. That's how it works, so it's pretty easy. Okay, next example is sodium and oxygen. Okay, how many valence electrons does sodium have? 1. How many does oxygen have? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put 1 on one side, 1 on the other side. Okay, so first one's easy to see. Sodium's going to give 1. Then I'm going to have sodium, 1 ion that has sodium plus 1. Then sodium's happy. Yay, octet rule. Oxygen's like, well, what about me? No problem. Another sodium can come in. You just add another sodium. How do I know I need to add the sodium? Because that's the only thing that's in the compound. And it will give another one of its electrons to oxygen. So you have another sodium that's got a +1 charge. And then my oxygen is left with a -2. You always write the metal first. Na, how many is there? 1, 2. Oh. Sodium oxide. Okay. I'm going to write the next example up here, and then I'm going to give you guys time to try to do it on your own, and then I'll put it up here. Okay, so next example is calcium. Calcium's a metal plus chlorine. I'm going to pause it to let you guys do that problem. Okay, so I start out, calcium is in group 2 on my periodic table, so I draw its 2 valence electrons. Right away, I'm probably knowing that that's going to form multiple bonds. Okay? Now, my chlorine has 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this might help you guys a little bit. What you could also do, you could draw this 2 different ways. So right now, my calcium's going to transfer 1 of the electrons to chlorine. It's happy. How about we just write the negative up there? Okay? And then my calcium right now just has a +1 charge. You can write plus or +1, and it's always assumed that if there's a plus there, it's a +1 charge. That might help you a little bit. So right now, calcium's got a plus charge, just +1. Okay, now I know that calcium's not happy yet, so I know another chlorine's going to come in. And calcium willingly gives another one of its electrons away, giving it a +2 charge. and giving my chlorine a minus charge. That might help you be able to write your formula better, because now I can count up how many atoms do I have total. 1, 2, 3. How do I write it? I write my metal first. There's just one of them. And then I count up my number of nonmetals. So my compound here would be calcium chloride. Does that help not actually writing the ions out, but just adding the charge to your Lewis structures? Totally fine to do it that way. If writing the ions out was getting you messed up, making you write the wrong things, I would recommend just putting a plus here when there's a 1, just like I just put a minus here, insinuating the 1. Double check your work. Does your positive and your negative balance out? If they don't, it's not a stable ion. Or it's not a stable ionic compound. But in this case, negative, negative, -2, +2, it cancels out. Any questions about this? Okay, kind of fun, kind of easy, very visual. Okay, let's do another one. The last one we're going to do as an example together is it's probably the most challenging one I've given you so far. It's aluminum. You know that's your metal. Aluminum plus chlorine. Okay, so I'm going to pause this and let you guys work on this. Okay, I'll show you the answer to this. Most of you guys have got it. In fact, I didn't see anyone who didn't get this one. So I do my Lewis structure. It's in the third group, so it's got 3 valence electrons. And then I have to draw out my chlorines. So chlorine has 7 valence electrons. So I know it's going to want to take one of these. And I'm going to write my charge because my chlorine is happy. And then my aluminum still has 2 more valence electrons. So what atom's going to come in? The only atom that's involved in this bond, which is chlorine, giving it a negative charge. Now, so far, I have a +2 charge up here because it lost 1 here and it lost 1 here. Another chlorine is going to come in, take the last one, giving it a minus charge, changing this to a +3. I take a peek. I got 3 minuses for my chlorine, 3 pluses for my aluminum. Then I just have to write my compound. I'll write my metal first, Al. How many is there? 1. So if I don't write a number, 1 is assumed. How many chlorines are there? It is 3. So this is aluminum chloride. Okay. Any questions about this? So now I'm going to give you a pause and let you practice some of these. So I'd like you guys to complete in your yellow packet where it says Lewis dot diagrams. I'd like you to complete page 1. That one should be easy cheesy. Page 2, there's an example of how you can do that in the top. And then I will show you how to do page 3 and the last page after we get done doing the first 2 pages.
What's this do?
In class. So we'll get these done in class.